Today, we're going to be charging through the world of local SEO for auto dealers. Are you ready to shift gears and sell more cars? Well, buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. Yes, guys, these puns are crazy cheesy. I work with a lot of nerds.
What you got, man?
Make sure you watch all the way to the end because I'm going to be sharing a bonus tip on how you can better optimize for certain makes and models of cars. First up, how many Google Business Profiles can an auto dealer have? This is one of the most important questions to understand. Auto dealers are a bit unique in the sense that they are actually allowed to have multiple Google Business Profiles. For example, car dealers can have one listing for their sales department, one for their service department, and one for each brand of new car that they sell. For sales and service listings, these are often referred to as department listings. In order to qualify for these, you usually need a separate entrance, possibly separate hours, separate category, and usually it's a good idea to also have a separate phone number. Another thing to keep in mind is that Google often creates these even when you didn't want them. And from our experience, they actually won't remove them if you request that. When it comes to optimizing a dealer's website, have you ever wondered if adding photos and optimizing them will help you rank better on Google? It turns out that yes, it can. In a case study that we did, we added a bunch of specific photos to an auto dealer's website for specific brands of tires that they carried. Then we tracked the influence that had on their rankings for those keywords over a month. It wasn't a massive increase, but we did see some improvement for specific brands of tires that we added photos for. And here's where it gets really interesting. Google actually was pulling into the search results something that was specifically being taken from the photo of the tire that we added. We call this particular thing a justification. All right, now here's the bonus tip. Did you know that auto dealers are allowed to have a Google Business Profile for every brand of car that they sell? Now, this only applies to new car dealers, not used car dealers. And to help illustrate this, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say, for example, that you're a dealer that sells Toyota, Lincoln, and Ford. You would be allowed to have a different listing for each of those brands in addition to the main listing that you have for the dealership. You'll also find that these particular car brands usually have their own specific categories. It also doesn't matter in this case if you have separate entries or staff for the brands. The main goal here, we think, is likely for Google to allow corporate brands to have more control over how they appear on Google. If you manage Google Business Profiles for auto dealers and have questions for us, please leave them in the comments below.